If you could choose any superpower, what would it be? This is a very important question, and I want everyone to answer it and put a lot of thought into this. This is perhaps the most important question you could ever answer. This is the most important decision of your life. So put a lot of thought into what superhero you would like to choose. Or no, I phrased that wrong. You're not picking an existing superhero. You need to think up your own superpowers. And if you could be bestowed these superpowers by some, I don't know, some super advanced alien race, or some mystical Egyptian artifact, or something weird like that, or, you know, the classic, you're working on a bomb for some reason and it explodes and you somehow don't die, and there you go, all of a sudden you have superpowers. What superpowers would you like to have? Now, there are some rules here. First of all, it can't be too overpowered. You can't just say, I want to be able to just do anything. I want to be able to just think anything into existence. No, that's way, way, way too overpowered. You got to think smaller than that. Think about, like, let's say make your powers on par with Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man is stronger than most people. He can shoot webs out of his wrists, and you know, he can climb buildings, and he has a sort of premonition about everything that's going to happen. That's a lot of powers, but it's not overpowered. He has vulnerabilities as well. So take that into consideration. Now, what I would like you guys to do is think about what powers you like to have, and write them out. Then write out why and how this would benefit you, and then write out what your superhero code name would be. Every superhero needs to have a code name, and, you know, think of one that's really cool and suitable to you. Now, the reason I ask this is because you can tell a lot about somebody by the superpowers that they would choose. And let me give you a couple examples of some superpowers that are kind of cool, just to get your creative process going. If you need a bit of help, some people, when you ask them this, don't really know, haven't really thought about it at all. So, for example, maybe you would like to be able to change into a grizzly bear whenever you want to. That would be pretty cool. But then again, that might cause some problems. If you're changing into a bear and somebody sees you, that might present some very, very significant problems in your life. Also, if somebody, you know, calls wildlife services or whatever, and then you got all these guys in, you know, green suits try and shoot tranquilizers at you, you can't very well just change back into a person and expect them to leave you alone, can you? Well, no, you can't. So, you know, there's a superpower. So maybe you'd like to be able to shoot bees out of your arm, so that'd be pretty cool. Angry bees are, you know, a force to be reckoned with, and anyone who can shoot angry bees is a person that I would not like to be on the, you know, on the wrong side of an argument with. The superpower I would like is the ability to cast webs over people, and these webs make them more proficient at all skills for a certain amount of time. For example, if I had a friend who had to do something very difficult, for example, let's say he had to write a exam on a, you know, history or something that he doesn't really know too much about, this web would, for a limited amount of time, make him more proficient at all skills, which includes history, and basically he'd be able to ace that exam without having too much knowledge about it. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it makes everyone twice as good at things. On the same token, if I were to be in the situation where I needed to get somewhere very quickly, I could cast this web on myself and be twice as fast at running, and get tired at half the speed or whatever. So that would be my superpower, and I guess I would be, dang, I haven't really thought of a super code name for myself yet, but maybe I'll think of one by the end of the video. Anyways, so that's just my little superpower question, and I would like everyone to answer that to the best of their ability. I think it'll be kind of a cool discussion, and if you think someone else's superpower is gay, tell them that. It'll be fun. So anyways, that's my first question. Now what I'm gonna do is what I usually do, show you some cubing stuff. And hopefully this isn't too lame, but here we go. This thing, this hurtin' looking thing, used to be Meffert's 4x4. Now why is it in this terrible shape? Well, here's why. Basically, I wanted to make my black Meffert's 4x4 turn a lot nicer, because I like black cubes better than white cubes. I don't know why, I just do. That kind of ties into what Monkey Dude was talking about yesterday, I guess. But yeah, I tried to make this better, and the way I tried to make this better was kind of foolish. I tried to round off all of the corners on the core. Do not try to round off all the corners on your core. Please don't do it. It's a bad idea and you will regret it. You'll regret it because what will happen is when you're solving it, centers will pop out. And let me tell you something. If a center pops out in your 4x4, instant DNF. There's no way to recover from it. Basically what you have to do is reassemble it from scratch. You can't just pop the center back in. It doesn't work. Instant DNF. It's just, your cube is useless. So rather than throwing the black cube away, I decided I'll try to salvage it for something else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a domino. A very poor, big domino. But then I'll cap it off with some plastic and make it look nicer. It'll be way bigger than a normal domino, but it will work the same as a domino. So I got to work on bandaging the pieces. As you can see, like these four centers are all bandaged together to make one center. Like these four pieces here are bandaged together to make one edge. I have some bandaged corners over there. And it was working out nice and fine, but then the core started to fall apart. The core itself on a Meffert's 4x4 is two hemispheres, and they fit together. And I was doing some work on the core, and I loosened it off, and now the two hemispheres are rotating on each other, so the cube doesn't line up. And I would just get in there and tighten it up, but I can't because the pieces are bandaged. I can't take this apart. So this is what I would call a failed mod, and I keep this around just to remind me that I should think things through before I do them. If I had thought things through, what I would have done was taken the black pieces from this and put them in my white core. Why didn't I think of that? I don't know. But anyways, that's just my little, Meffert's 4x4 failure thing. This is the only mod I've done that's actually failed to the point where it was irreparable. I've done some, bad things on some of my mods, but this is the only thing I can't actually fix. Now I'm sure there is some way to get in there and fix this, but I just don't care. I mean, I'll buy a new one day. It's not worth the trouble for me to try to do this or whatever. But I don't know, it's just kind of a nice reminder to me to think things through. Think a mod through from start to finish before you even begin. And that's kind of an important thing that will be touched on in my mod video, which is coming out soon. So anyways, we're at 8 minutes already, and I still have yet to say that this is not going to be a very good video because I have nothing really to talk about, but I did talk about some stuff, and hopefully that is sufficient for a video. What else can I say before I sign off? Not really much. Oh, check it out. My dad bought me a tool bag. It's like a toolbox, but it's a bag, and it's sweet. I like it a lot. Should be good for all my tools. So, that's about it. Have a good day today and tomorrow, and have a good weekend, I guess. And I will, make a video next Thursday, I guess. Bye!